Okay, so let's jump in and have a look at some of the reasons why we might actually think about using choice boards in the classroom. So let me just take myself out here temporarily because I think we'll pop that in there. Okay, let me just take myself out so that we can actually read all of the information that I'm about to share with you about some of the different ways and some of the different reasons behind using choice boards in the classroom. All right, our first reason why we might use choice boards in the classroom is that it encourages student agency. Using choice boards allows your students to take ownership for their learning by choosing how they engage with the topic. You can create all different types of different activities, different learning activity styles. You can use a variety of tools. It can be creative, it can be innovative, it can be informative, persuasive. There are so many different ways that you can create a choice board so that your students take agency. They actually take ownership of how they're going to approach and present and create and demonstrate their learning using choice boards in the classroom. Excuse me. So that is one way that we can use choice boards in the classroom. All right, another reason why choice boards are a wonderful tool to use in the classroom is choice boards can help support differentiation. We can cater to different learning styles, readiness levels, and even interests within a singular choice board. All right, so if we have students that might be a little bit lower, some middle students, and we have some highly exceptional gifted students, we can include a variety of different learning activities with different learning styles, with different interests into our choice board so that every student in our class can access and complete a variety of different activities within their choice board that you are delivering and presenting in class. This is another reason why choice boards are so valuable and they're a wonderful tool to use in the classroom with your students. All right, our next reason why choice boards are such a valuable tool to use in the classroom is it promotes engagement. So we often have students who might just be a little stuck, who might not necessarily be actively engaging in their class and learning activities. But when students actually have choice, they are more likely to feel motivated and invested. So, by providing them with some options, and again, you can decide how many options you provide to your students in your choice board. Because if you're like me, you know that sometimes students find too many options overwhelming. But if your students have a variety of different options to choose from, they're more likely to feel motivated and invested, okay, to complete these activities and demonstrate their understanding and learning. Another reason why we could be using choice boards in the classroom with our students today. All right, the fourth reason why we could look at using choice boards is that choice boards foster creativity and critical thinking, essential skills that our students, our young people will need as they move into that vastly different and technological world that, most of us haven't actually been through as a student. So, choice boards encourage students to think deeply and creatively about how they apply their learning. So, by providing students with the option on how they are going to create, apply, demonstrate their learning, you can actually really foster this creativity. You can foster these critical thinking skills that are so essential in our students as they move into a completely different world and universe. So, another valuable reason why we could actually be using choice boards in the classroom to really foster that creativity and critical thinking of our students and our young people. All right, the next reason why we might look at using choice boards in the classroom is because they are so easy to adapt. All right, these are not challenging resources that you can't jump in and make a few changes if you need to. So, choice boards can be used across all learning areas. All right, I can guarantee that if you are teaching any subject area, you can create a choice board for that particular subject. They can be used in all different types of year groups and year levels. Again, the types of activities and the requirements might be slightly less, okay, but you can use them. And you can use them across a variety of topics, no matter what you are teaching in your particular subject area. All right, you can use and create a choice board. This makes choice boards a flexible classroom tool that are so easy and simple to adapt and use wherever you're teaching, whatever you're teaching, and whoever you're teaching, essentially. So they are a fantastic tool that you could use in the classroom with your students today. And our final reason why choice boards could be used in the classroom is that they are great for blended and remote learning. So, we obviously went through a period in our history recently where we were required and we were thrown in and we were required to, implement a lot of this blended and remote learning. Some of us might have stepped back from this a little bit as we have moved through the years and we've started to basically come back from where we were when we had COVID. But if you do have a particular situation or you have some students going on holidays or some other reasons, choice boards are actually a really great tool to use with your students. Digital choice boards are perfect for asynchronous tasks, rotations, and independent learning activities. So even if you're using, you're fully in person in your classroom, you could still use a choice board. Okay, there are so many ways that you can use these in your classroom with your students for a variety of reasons. Another great reason why choice boards are fantastic tools to use in the classroom with your students today. So there we go. There are just 6 reasons why we might consider using choice boards in the classroom. Just 6 reasons. Okay. Agency, differentiation, engagement, creativity and critical thinking, adaptability, and even that asynchronous type of learning that we might be implementing and using with our students. 6 really valid reasons why choice boards are such a powerful medium to use in the classroom.